for the playing of the national anthem and remain standing for the Altoona Area High School alma mater. Altoona band tradition, the downfield line, performed by the band Signature March, Barnum and Bailey's Favorite. Now let's show a little spirit. Put your hands together and clap along to the Hay song.
Good evening and welcome to Mansion Park. Tonight, Altoona area Mountain Lions will face the Bishop McDevitt Crusaders. I apologize for that. As you
Took me a minute to think of that too.
As you can see, tonight is elementary night here as the team just ran out and is surrounded by all the players from the AFL, Elementary Football League. The elementary cheerleaders are lined up on the track just next to the Altoona cheerleaders. And we got a special surprise at halftime. The junior high band will play with the high school band. So a lot of things going on here tonight. This is Jim Abbott along with Chris Strawmier. First things first, we're here to see the game between the Crusaders and the Mountain Lions. Altoona played a great game last week, Chris. They went to Central Dauphin East, and they dominated both offense and defense. They shut them out, and two Hazelwood touchdown runs gave Altoona the 14-0 win.
Yeah, the defense really came together. A couple of the coaches where I was talking to this week, and they were very, very impressed with the defense. They stepped it up. They came through. You know, their only loss in the last couple weeks has been that Central Dauphin game 2 weeks ago, and they gave that team a short field 3 or 4 times, plus gave up a kickoff return.
Five turnovers.
Yeah, I mean, that was the issue. The defense has really been playing pretty well, and they really put it all together last week with a shutout. I don't remember the last shutout they had, the Mountain Lions. I think it was maybe Mifflin County a couple years ago.
2020, 2021.
Yeah, it was a while ago. So it's been quite a while. So they're coming off that high this week against a very, very good Bishop McDevitt team. They're 3-2, but don't let that fool you. One of their losses is, of course, Harrisburg, who is the top of the league right now, undefeated. And the other loss is this crazy school from Canada, Clarkson North. They play all their games away. They come to the United States and play some games. I think they're essentially an all-star team from Mississauga, Ontario, Canada. They lost to McDevitt lost to them, so that kind of doesn't count. Like, you know, McDevitt is a very, very good team. They're the defending 5A champs. Very, very good football team that runs the heck out of the ball and throws it well too. So big test for the Mountain Lions tonight.
And all the skilled positions that we'll see early, at least, in the game is going to be, I was laughing setting things up, they're all single digits, number 0, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. They are a very good team. Their quarterback doesn't throw a lot, but he gets about 100 yards a game. They have 3 running backs that all have had the ball about 8 times a game, and they average 6 yards a carry. So it's a team that moves the ball well. They get a lot of their players in, and as you said, they're 3-2, but this is definitely a step up in competition for the Mountain Lions. We probably haven't seen a team like these guys since maybe State College.
Yeah, it's been a few weeks. And the Mountain Lions get a couple of these guys back-to-back. Next week, they go to Harrisburg on a Saturday afternoon game. That's never a fun trip and a fun game. So the two tough tests in a row for the Mountain Lions. They're focused on this week, of course, first. Just to put it in perspective, McDevitt has come off of 3 wins in a row against Chambersburg, Cedar Cliff, and Carlisle. All 3 reached the 35-point mercy roll in the first half. So, and that's kind of why their carries are so spread out. Their stud running back is Jones Davis. I don't know, what number is he?
5.
Number 5, Nazir Jones Davis. So that's the guy you're going to look for. The other guys have run just as much, essentially, because they were blowouts. So look for number 5 to get the ball a lot. Sebastian Williams, number 9, their quarterback, is 46 out of 69 for 558 yards and 7 TDs. So he also has done a fine job for them. He's not quite as good as that quarterback they had last year, who went to Kentucky in the SEC, but this guy's a pretty good quarterback also.
So we said there's a lot going on tonight with elementary night, and the junior high band is here with the high school band at halftime. The next time we are here is in 2 weeks, and that game will be against Chambersburg, so that's a very good game. Winnable game for the Mountain Lions, and it is also homecoming night, which is something special for all these seniors. There's 29 homecoming candidates. A week from Monday in 10 days, they'll start their whole week of going through their games, their dance, and all the different things they do during homecoming, which should prepare them to get things ready for that game on Friday. There is no school that Friday because of conferences. So there was no school today for the students because of in-service. So let's hope that the Mountain Lions can come out tonight and stay within themselves and basically tackle. That's going to be the key, tackling these running backs. And as we said, there's a three-headed monster, as any of them can come through. As we already said, you got Jones, Davis, you got Smith, and you got sophomore. Last name is LaRue. First name is Jerome. They are very tough runners, and they will run it right at you. So,
and make no mistake, we're not like giving all the doom and gloom here. Last year, Altoona went down there, played them tough. It was only 28-21. You're talking about a team that went on to win the 5A state championship. So, you know, and we've said many times, the old get off the bus bug sometimes affects some of these Harrisburg teams coming up here, where right away they have a little bit of trouble getting into it. It's a long bus ride. They're not really used to that, et cetera, et cetera. Of course, we said that 2 weeks ago, and about a minute and a half later, they ran the opening kickback for a touchdown. So, well, that's not going to happen tonight because Altoona gets the ball first. So
one of the things we've been talking about is all the new things here tonight. We at MLTV are bringing you a new sports talk show with Altoona. So be sure to check out this new sports show called The Lion's Den. It premiered today on YouTube along with us. The show features interviews of Mountain Lion and Lady Lion players and coaches. Look for new episodes every Friday at noon throughout the school year. We will cover all sports, not just football. You'll see wrestlers, basketball, swimming, you name it, volleyball, tennis, golf. They'll all be involved every Friday at noon, or you can pull it up at any time on MLTV channel. So don't miss any of the episodes or go back and watch it again.
Hey, what are you supposed to say to the young people? Hey, like and subscribe, all right? Like and subscribe to that YouTube channel, guys.
So again, Bishop McDevitt is lined up to kick off. Altoona deferred. McDevitt decided to kick.
Wow,
and
that's pretty deep.
Almost put it through the goalpost, which would have been 70 yards on the kickoff.
That's Aiden Grella, who was 6'2", 190-pound senior. That's a pretty good leg right there. Slight wind with him, just slight. The flag is kind of blowing that way, but not very much. That was just a blast. So the Mountain Lions will get started here on their own 20. They've had some very good starts in these games, offensively at times. So let's see if they can march right down the field here, maybe set a tone for this game.
So the wrinkle last week was the Mountain Lions decided to play Julian Hazelwood a lot more on offense than we've seen him, and he had a big night. And he is the opening tailback to start this first series. It's a pass. White goes back, throws it out to the side. Pretty well defended, and it is not caught, as it was thrown towards Hazelwood's direction, but it was a little short.
I think, was that one? Keelan Smith on the pass break up there got right in Hazelwood's face. These numbers for the Crusaders are pretty tough to read. The gold numbers with a white jersey is not generally great for us. It might look sharp. It's not good for us.
So White again is back at shotgun. Movement behind, handoff to Hazelwood. He bounces off the first defender and then gets tackled by the right side of the line after about a yard gain.
Parker White on the carry.
So
it
is 3rd and 9 for the Mountain Lions.
I thought Parker White pulled that. It was Parker White.
Oh, Parker held on to it. That's my fault.
It looked like he bounced, but that's because Parker White pulled it and ran to the right side.
That was a good fake from my side.
Well, I couldn't tell till he got up. It was a good fake, yes.
White drops back to pass. He rolls out, and he just throws it up, and it is caught.
It looks like it's caught, yes.
It's caught at the 37, 38-yard line.
Michael
Chisholm with the diving catch. That's kind of an ill-advised pass. I thought he literally was throwing it away, but he threw it back towards the middle of the field, which is generally not good. But that worked out for the Mountain Lions, took a little chance. They got the first down. They keep the drive moving. Nice diving catch by Chisholm.
Yeah, and I don't know if his arm got hit, but the ball was sort of revolving like a watermelon. And this time Hazelwood does get the handoff, and McDevitt's front 5 are doing a great job against the Mountain Lions. There's not letting any holes open. So Hazelwood, they'll give them 1.
Yeah, so far they look pretty stout up front. The Crusaders. Mountain Lions will have to find a way to get to the perimeter if they can.
So where Hazelwood was able to run a lot last week, the Mountain Lions can't crack this defense at front 5 or front 7. They might be in for passing a lot tonight. So it's 2nd and 9. There's the option. Nice hole and run. And then he's finally ripped down by the face mask.
Yep, we're going to get some added on to that. That's Cody Chatham.
So that's going to be a 10-yard gain plus the penalty tacked on.
So we said about getting to the perimeter there, and they did. And the option was very successful against McDevitt last year down there. So maybe a little bit of film study from last year and seeing if McDevitt is disciplined enough to run to defend that option. Oh, it's a horse collar instead of a face mask. So that's an automatic 15. The face mask, they can decide whether it's a 5 or 15, but that's automatic 15, helps the Mountain Lions out. They're all the way down to the 34-yard line.
But again, that option was a nice play. The middle of that defense really rushed hard on the fake to Hazelwood, and then they collapsed on White, who got the ball out to Chatham's, and he made 1 or 2 cuts and got the first down, and then the bonus penalty. Tight formation. Everybody's within 5-6 yards of the center. Chatham's goes across. Quick throw out to Hazelwood in the flats. He makes 1 move, beats the first man, and gets tackled at the 31, 32-yard line. So that's going to be a gain of 4.
It's only 2.
32.
They marked him back to me. He was up almost to the 30.
At the 32-yard line.
So 2nd and 8. Twins to the right. Hazelwood to the right. Everybody's going right. Hazelwood gets the handoff, gets through the first line, gets tackled about the 27-28. They're only going to give him to the 28, so he'll get 4. And it's going to be a 3rd and 4.
So you got to figure absolutely 4 down territory here for the Mountain Lions. That's out of Cody Chatham's range. And they're certainly not punting from the 28-yard line. So, you know, you got 4 to go. Get 2 or 3 here, right, for sure. And then you set yourself up for a go on 4th if you have to.
Chatham steps behind. Hazelwood gets it and gets tackled immediately, but it was a fake. And then I think they lost a yard.
Yeah.
White held onto it and pitched to the outside to Chatham's, and he lost a yard, so it is now 4th and 5.
Yeah. McDevitt was out there with numbers in that one. They were not fooled at all by the fake. So they need a 5-yard play here on 4th down.
Very tight formation. Everybody's in close. There is the pitch. Chatham's gets the outside, gets his legs taken out, loses a yard, and the Mountain Lions will turn it over on downs.
Yeah, there was, once again, a plethora of Crusaders in the backfield, all over the place on that one. No chance for that one.
Mountain Lions put a nice little drive together, picked up 3 first downs. But they were not able to get inside that 25-yard line as McDevitt made some adjustments off that pitch, and the last 2 plays they tackled Chatham for losses, and they will take over at their own 31-yard line. Williams hands off up the middle, and the push to the line is going to get him out to about the 34, so that's going to be 3 yards.
Yes. And somebody had a hold of Jones Davis's leg there and didn't let him go anywhere. but the push of the line got him, what, 3?
Yeah.
You know?
Zero. Jones Davis. Game 3. Second and 7.
So can the Mountain Lions defense come up big here in this first drive against Bishop McDevitt? Single receiver to the right or left, twins to the right, man in motion, and there's another handoff. This one gets through the 35, up past the 40 to the 42, and that's just an off-tackle run. Great blocking up front, and that's a first down and a gain of 8.
And Jones Davis looks the part there. He's quick, shifty, had good vision there, waited for his block.
So the Crusaders will take over again. I'm sorry, they got the first down, 1st and 10 at the 42. Twins left, one receiver to the right. What that does is spread out the defense for the Mountain Lions. And there's just a pitch to Williams, and he is blown up. Was that number 9 for the Mountain Lions? Is that Geishauser?
Yep.
Geishauser read the play immediately, came through. He got by the block and made the tackle at the 36, so a loss of 6 on the play.
Great play by Geishauser, great read. Jack Dawson, number 42, the fullback for McDevitt, was supposed to pick him up, was way too slow to get there. Geishauser in the backfield making that big play.
Now we have the same formation to the other side. There's a whistle and some movement.
That's movement on the receiver down here on the near side.
False start, number 18 on the offense. That'll be a 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
I would say if that receiver's a little antsy and getting ready to jump, he's going out for, you know, he thinks his number's getting called. So we are now at 2nd and 21. And it is a pass, and it is going out to 18. He makes the catch at the 39. He gets by the first man, but not the second, as he is tackled at about the 45, 46.
He just ripped his helmet off.
For the Mountain Lions, that was Michael Chisholm on the tackle. They gained enough yardage to go that it's now 3rd and 7.
Tykeer Davis got his helmet ripped off there in a little pushing match afterwards. But Braden Pike in a back pedal, way too much of a cushion there for Ruth, and Ruth took advantage of that, just sat down, caught that nice pass, puts McDevitt into manageable here, 3rd and what, 7?
3rd and 7. They're going to fake the ball to Williams. They throw it out to the flat. This one goes to Quick, and Quick turns the sideline, gets knocked out of bounds at about the 35-yard line. So that's a gain of 29.
Your attention, please. There's a green pickup truck.
And 2 quick passes of 15 and 29 yards moves the Crusaders to the Mountain Lion 35-yard line.
Green pickup truck. ZJB 5162. You must move your vehicle immediately.
That's just a handoff to Jones or Jones Davis.
7.
And a Mountain Lion. No, it's not a Mountain Lion. That's a Crusader. Oh, was that Barnes?
That was Barnes, yeah, 7.
Official time.
They keep rotating those backs. It's hard to keep track of them. Trying to keep everybody fresh.
And there's a player down from McDevitt.
Once again, a green pickup truck parked by the main entrance.
So 2 weeks ago, right? 2 weeks ago, we were looking, and I noticed there was 5 officials. So we talked about that, right? So I find out that when the mid-pen assigns officials, it's in the bylaws. I actually read the bylaws. They use 5 officials. I did not know that. Now tonight, our athletic director had assigned the officials. I don't know who they decide who assigns them. That's whatever. But we have 7 tonight, which is kind of normally what you would see, right? So that is a mid-pen thing. So I stand corrected. So you and I watched how many mid-pen games over the years and never noticed that once?
I don't think yes, we never noticed.
That's amazing to me, but yeah. So never noticed that. So We really noticed that one time when the one guy had to shift down from the 5-yard line to the goal line and then come back, and you're hampered a bit with a 5-man crew, but I guess they do a decent job since we never noticed it, huh?
So I'm trying to check the number from McDevitt. He is standing, but he has a lot of help up, and he's going to get somebody to either
55.
act as a crutch to
Number
help him
55.
off or lift him. Most linemen, they're not going to lift.
Andre Minaya, 6'6", 230, sophomore. Nice big fella there, 10th grader.
He can't put any weight on his right foot right now. So McDevitt's up to the line of scrimmage, even though their injured player is not off the field yet.
Yeah, hopefully that's just some kind of sprain or bump or bruise for that young fella.
So it's 2nd and 7, and pass over the middle, and number 18 catches it and is going to go about 19 yards. Where are they going to mark it?
On the 13. Number 10, Pike, trailing in coverage there, making the tackle.
Dave Group. Brandon Pike on the top.
They just broke the huddle with an extra guy, and he ran straight off.
And it wasn't called.
I always thought that was a penalty. I don't know. Maybe I don't know, but
this one is a run. He gets to the outside. He pushes a man away, and he's just going to get down to the end zone. And
touchdown.
I believe that was number 5.
Touchdown.
Was that Jones? Jones Davis.
Jones Davis.
Yes, that was number 5, Jones Davis.
13-yard
touchdown run.
So the Crusaders take the ball, march down. They did have a penalty and a big tackle for a loss. But even with that, they really had little resistance from the Mountain Lions as the quarterback threw, Williams threw 3 real nice balls. And again, that kicker just crushes it.
Grella just blasted into the night. You know, the strange thing is I actually looked it up. He has no field goal tries this year. Their offense is so efficient, they just score touchdowns, right? But that kid, you think that kid can make a 50-yarder in his sleep.
Well, he was hitting from 55 to 60.
Yeah,
Pregame.
that's amazing. So, you know, that's how efficient this offense is, I guess. That he hasn't even had a field goal try, and they've scored 166 points. So without a field goal try, so that that tells you that they're scoring a lot of touchdowns. You know, just to put it in perspective, Altoona has scored 66 points all year, and they're 2-3, and McDevitt is 3-2. So.
And you got to remember that McDevitt only scored 1 touchdown in that first game against the Canadians.
Correct. So this team is very efficient. They're very, very good. They would probably be one of the favorites to defend their state championship this year.
So if he kicks it, there's not a chance that's going to be returned. The question is, will he kick into the end zone or will he move it? And he's coming full speed, and he gets it.
That was only 2 or 3 yards deep. He must have mishit it.
So neither Hazelwood or Geisthauser had a chance to return that. The Mountain Lions will start over. 1st and 10 and the 20-yard line.
So obviously in high school and in college, you still want to blast it out of there and get the team so you have no return and put them at the 20 or 25 in college. But in the pros now, with that landing zone, they have done some really weird things. They're kicking like knuckleballs down there to make sure it lands just in the landing zone.
And there's been a lot of returns so far this year.
Yes, there's been returns. Like teams can get the ball with 30 seconds left and maybe a timeout, and they get a little bit of a return and hit 2 plays, and they're making a field goal now, whereas they were having trouble doing that before. It does make it more interesting, I guess.
This time White's under center. He fakes the pitch. He rolls out. He's looking for someone deep. He throws right to the defense, and that is an interception. That is number 15, I believe.
15, yeah.
Reinhardt.
So Reinhardt playing free safety just picked up and made the interception and brings it back to the 32-yard line.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to mark it at the 32. Reinhardt is a senior there back there playing safety. 6'1", 185 pounds. Definitely read Parker White's eyes and jumped right in front of the receiver.
So that's the Mountain Lions did not turn the ball over at all last week in their win over CD East.
You know, you're playing a team that, by all accounts, is much, much better here this week. So you're going to try to take some chances. You have to try to if you want to try to win this ball game. Now, Mountain Lions got to stiffen up here.
And that's out to Quick, and that's just the same pass the other way that he caught before. And they're going to give him a first down. So that's 10 yards.
Knocked out by Luke Dyshauser. And that's a 10-yard completion and a first down.
So Quick made 2 catches. And their other receiver, the big tall guy, Gage Ruth, caught the other 2 balls. So trips to the left this time. And the quarterback will just, he wasn't down. So the amazing thing on that play is that it looked like he was getting tackled, but he basically sat on the Altoona player's stomach and got right up without putting a hand down or a knee down.
I guess we can't tell from here.
So it's down now to the 17 as Williams picks up 5 on his first run of the night. And he was met right at the line of scrimmage, and it looked like he was tackled. That was by Michael Chisholm. And now we have a timeout.
Timeout.
So
Timeout, Bishop McDevitt.
So that's McDevitt's timeout.
So that play was kind of like their version of the triple option, where they kind of do the pitch overhand. They had that receiver out there. It was kind of covered. Quarterback decided he would keep it himself. He like faked that little toss out there. I thought the Mountain Lions had him, but apparently, like you said, he must have rolled over on somebody's belly or something.
So
Tykeer Davis lost his helmet and kind of got away with it again.
Yeah.
You better strap that thing on.
That was a problem here 2 weeks ago. So bringing you tonight's game are the MLTV student crew, along with the coordinator, Mike Baker, Mr. Baker. He has his crew here tonight. The director of tonight's game, bringing you the whole production, is Jack Sipes. The press box cameras are Monte Andrews and Lucas Helson. And then our sideline cameras are Trey Butlin, Claire Long, and Addie Mitchell. So without these students and Mr. Baker, we could not bring you this. And once again, look for that talk show every Friday at noon on the MLTV live app on YouTube.
You guys enjoy it at home. You get that little score stream on the front. That's great.
You get a little inside information.
Yep.
So
it's going to be enough for the first down, it looks like.
It's going to be a 6-yard run. Down to the 11. Are they putting it at the 12? 5-yard run.
That was Davis again. That was Davis Jones again. Or Jones Davis, I'm sorry. They really rotate their backs.
But tonight he's carried already 5 times and he averages only 7 a game. There's a handoff to a new running back and he is stood up and driven backwards.
That one is LaRue. That play was handed to LaRue, the sophomore, number 3. So Mountain Lions, good job there.
That was Tyclair Davis on that tackle, number 2. So LaRue, for his first carry, goes backwards.
They're behind the chains here, second down. They take a tight end out and bring another receiver in. They still have the fullback, though.
And they fake the handoff, throw it right over the middle. That's just a post pattern. And that goes to number 2. And that is Howard Holton.
Howard Holton, that's his
That
first
is
catch
a
of the day.
13-yard touchdown.
And he was the leading receiver coming in with 9 catches on the year.
So that puts a score at 13-0. Trying to add on that extra point to make it 14-0. So Ruth is setting up. Snap is there. It is down, and his kick goes through.
And the kick is good by
So 53 seconds left in the first quarter. It is 14-0 Bishop McDevitt.
So Sebastian Williams is just sitting back there picking the Mountain Lions apart. But it all starts with the protection he's getting. He gets to stand back there and survey the field. And that offensive line for the Crusaders is doing a great job against the Mountain Lion front right now. I don't know if on defense Mountain Lions are gonna get a little more aggressive and bring some more people, take some chances, try to make some negative plays.
Well, the Mountain Lions will come up with a play or two. We just saw there's been 3 tackles for losses. But as you said, Williams has just been on target, and he now has 86 yards in the first quarter. He's 5 for 5. And that was the 3rd receiver that he hit.
So Geishauser and Hazelwood are back there again, probably for no reason. But you never know. They might decide they want to kind of take a little bit off and try to pin the Mountain Lions deep. When you have a really, really good kicker, you have those options. And you trust the guy to do something like that.
Still, as a high school coach, if you know you have a kicker that's going to put it in the end zone, you tell him to put it in the end zone.
Yeah, absolutely. I would think so.
And
that's at the
he gets
1.
it down to the 1. Hazelwood will bring it up and is swarmed at the 17 by multiple Crusaders.
Julian Hazelwood on the return. Jack Johnson.
So the Mountain Lions will take over 1st and 10 at the 17.
Morella's getting tired. 3 kickoffs in the first quarter. Got him worn out, I guess.
Well, they've been up 35 points by halftime the last 3 games. So he does all his kicking pretty much in the first half.
Right. We haven't seen a guy who's really kind of turned it on the last couple weeks. Isaac Clemens, number 26. See if we get him some carries, maybe see if he can do something.
Well, we have a new quarterback.
Yeah, Parker got hit that one time, and then he threw an interception.
And Clemens just runs it up the middle.
Maybe he's a little nicked up.
And he'll get a 3-yard gain.
That's number 12, Mekhi Jackson in there. Very, very good athlete. He's just so raw at the quarterback position right now. His decision-making is a little suspect. He's young. He's a sophomore. But he's very athletic.
So 2nd and 7 at the 20.
He's been playing defense most of the year.
And
so we're going to get a look at him. And we'll look maybe
you got
find
a little
out.
miscommunication with the clock's going to run out for the first quarter will end before the play clock hits 0. So that is the end of the first quarter.
Parker White was standing warming up, just talking to Coach Niedermeyer down there. So the last series was 1 play, right? And he threw an interception. But before that, before the 4th down play, he got hit hard and he was slow getting up. So I don't know if he's a little nicked up there or that caused part of the interception. Was it a benching? We don't know. All we know is the sophomore's in there right now. I doubt he would be benched. There's no reason to do that right here.
So just a reminder, 2 weeks from tonight, the Mountain Lions will take on Chambersburg here at Mansion Park on October 10th. And homecoming night, all festivities will start at 6:40. And come to the game, and you can always pull it up and watch it later. It'll be a fantastic week for all 29 ladies. I think there's 28 ladies and one man running for homecoming, either king or queen.
I have not heard the stats yet, so I'm not sure. It's always fun, though. That's always a great week. All kinds of themes. Kids get all excited, dress up in a certain fashion each day. There's skits, games night, all kinds of stuff. Fun stuff.
Jackson keeps the ball himself, and he gets through 2 lines of Crusaders and actually gets up to the 29. So that's a 9-yard gain for Jackson, and the Mountain Lions get a first down.
Yeah, first down. Mackay is very athletic. He can run the ball. He played receiver earlier this week in a JV game and caught like 2 touchdown passes. He's very athletic. He's just young and raw. So we'll see what this turns into here tonight for the Mountain Lions.
So the Mountain Lions have the ball. 1st and 10 at the 29. There's a handoff to Clemens, and he is hit immediately. And is there a fumble? No, there's no fumble, but just 3 Crusaders were.
He still has the ball. Like, I don't know what the heck that was all about. Maybe he bobbled it or something, or juggled it.
It is a gain of 1.
That seemed to be well after the whistle, all that stuff.
And then they have 3 guys surrounding them. Was to me well past the whistle, as you said.
So as you see in your picture, the visiting stands look pretty bare, but I can assure you the home side is absolutely packed with all the parents of the elementary kids and all the elementary kids here, the junior high band, the regular band. There's a very, very good crowd here tonight. Beautiful night for football.
2nd and 9, Jackson waits, he keeps the ball. He's going to try to sprint to the outside. He pushes one man off, but then he is caught from behind. Once again, number 15 has been making some defensive plays. Reinhardt had the interception, and now he makes a tackle for a 3-yard loss. And it's going to be 3rd and 12.
So here we have to see what Mackay can do through the air here on 3rd and 12. A little bit slow with the play.
I have a feeling the Mountain Lions are going to call a timeout once the clock gets down low.
Have to call a timeout.
So Coach Niedermeyer calls his timeout. Team comes to the sideline.
First time out of the first half.
Other things coming up in the area tomorrow night, a pretty big football game down at Happy Valley.
Yeah, the annual whiteout will be tomorrow night. Oregon comes in, I think, ranked about 6. Penn State's 3, 4. Miami jumped them, so I guess they're 3 probably. I don't know. I don't really pay attention to that because it doesn't matter now, especially with the playoffs.
So one of the other interesting tidbits to this game tomorrow night is that Oregon basically has rented out the entire convention center and hotel. And today I drove by the convention center, just on my way home, and they have the road blocked off to the convention center and have security at the bottom. And they are having to prove, I'm assuming, that you are with either the Oregon team or one of the Oregon parents before they let you in to drive up to the convention center. And I believe tonight they're holding a pep rally out at the convention center.
Yeah.
So the Ducks are staying to Altoona. 3rd and 11. And Parker White came back in for the one play, and it's a big play as the little screen pass is dropped off to Vukovic.
Yeah, tight end screen there. Little Vukovic comes and just sets, waits. Linemen let them in. Parker White comes back in for that 3rd down play.
That's a 32-yard gain.
23-yard completion.
Or 23, I'm sorry.
in Crusader territory at the 49.
And the Mountain Lions move into the Crusaders' side of the field for the second time tonight. Parker White's still there. He hands off to Clemens, and he made one guy miss, and then 3 attacked him, so he was only able to pick up 2 yards.
Isaac Clemens, there is guards on the stop. There are 2.
So clock is down to 8:35 to go in the second quarter here. 14-0. Bishop McDevitt over Altoona.
Second down and 8. At the 47.
Twins to the left. The wing is also to the left. Parker White waits for it. Fakes it, or no, does hand it to Clemens, and he's able to get down another 2 yards to the 45. So that is now 3rd and 6.
Yeah, that McDevitt's playing to the echo of the whistle for sure. Clemens got drove back 8 yards on that play. When they have to blow the whistle like 4 times. But not enough for a penalty. That's football sometimes. That's the way it goes. 3rd and about 6 here.
We're down to 5 seconds on the play clock. Mountain Lions are not going to get it off in time. Are they going to call timeout? Yes, they do. They take a second timeout here on this drive. As we stated a little earlier, be sure to check out MLTV's new sports talk show, The Lion's Den. It premiered today on YouTube. You can still pull up that episode and see what was discussed. The show features interviews of Mountain Lion and Lady Lion players and coaches. Look for new episodes every Friday at noon throughout the school year. Like and subscribe to MLTV channel so you don't miss a single episode.
All right, so what do we got tonight in the mid-pen? We got CD East is at Cumberland Valley. We'll probably get some scores after a bit here. Harrisburg is at Carlisle. That could be a blowout. That could be a lot of fun for Carlisle there. Thundering Herd. State College is at Central Dauphin. And Chambersburg is at Cedar Cliff. So
next Saturday, the Mountain Lions play Harrisburg Saturday afternoon.
Saturday afternoon at 1.
Parker White drops back to pass on a 3rd and 6. He's going to get to the outside, and they backed up, and he just came up.
Room to scramble.
And scrambled up to about the 35-36. They're going to give him 10 yards.
Parker White. Pushed out by R.J. Duffy.
Yeah, the Crusaders all had their backs to Parker White playing their coverage. And Parker White found some green, used his legs to get that first down. It looked like a screen, or I mean, it looked like a jailbreak of some kind. And but I didn't see any potential screeners out there. But yeah, that was definitely a lot of pressure on Parker White, and he turned it into a positive play and got a first down.
The only score we have so far tonight is Central Dauphin beating State College 7-0. There's a handoff up the middle.
And the Mountain Lions, like getting some first downs and possessing the ball helps the defense out tremendously to get a little breather. That was like bang, bang, bang. You know, well, I guess it was only 2 bangs because it was only 2 touchdowns. But the offense was on the field for 1 play in between. That was it. So the defense definitely can use this break.
So spread formation by Altoona. Twins to the left, single to the right. Parker White drops back. He rolls around again. And he's just going to, wow. He's sort of like a magician. He threw it in between 2 players and got the ball down to Chisholm and picks up 7 yards.
Brings up a third manageable, 3rd and 2. Once again, we're definitely in 4-down territory. I don't think you can do the tush push against these guys. They're pretty big, huh?
So this is sort of like we were on the first drive. It's definitely 4-down territory. The Mountain Lions will not go for a field goal from 45.
Big number 73 in the middle, 6'3", 290. That's Ja'Kai Logan.
There's either movement or something. I thought somebody jumped on the McDevitt side, and let's see what we have.
Snap, encroachment on the defense.
There we go, defensive
Number 13.
offsides,
First down.
encroachment.
A 5-yard penalty.
Moves the ball down to the 22. Mountain Lions pick up a first down. So from here, I couldn't tell. They might have went on 2 for the first time tonight, which got a little bit of movement up front from the McDevitt side.
So now we have Parker White at quarterback, and Mekhi Jackson, the backup quarterback, is in at receiver playing offense on the far side there.
And now we're going to have a timeout from the Mountain Lion side. So
Possibly.
5:40.
We had a little bit of different
Altoona.
personnel in there, and they must
That's
have got a
our
little
third and final
confused
timeout of the first
on what
half.
was going on. So
So Mountain Lions, I think, have used all of their timeouts on this drive.
yeah, they're out of timeout. So yeah, so the weird thing about like the Mid-Penn Commonwealth is now 10 teams, right? Before last year, it was 8 teams because McDevitt and Cedar Cliff just re-entered the Mid-Penn Commonwealth last year. So now we're back up to 10 teams. So the Mountain Lions have not played McDevitt maybe since LaShawn McCoy was there. I don't remember before last year. And I don't remember them playing them at all before that. So
locally, Blair County-wise, Huntington out in front of Central, 7-0 in the first quarter. And close by, Penn Cambria out in front of Westmont, 16-0. And Hollidaysburg playing Fort Hill, Maryland. It is currently 10-7 for Fort Hill. Fort Hill's only playing their 4th game because Maryland starts 2 weeks later. So Parker White is waiting for the snap. Man comes across in motion. There's one handoff, there's a pitch, and now it looks to be a throw. And the throw goes into double coverage. And it is picked off by McDevitt at the 5. Great jump and catch by
21.
Joey Taratano.
yeah, that's probably Patrick Wright.
Oh.
Joey Taratano is a sophomore. I bet it's a senior, Patrick Wright. They have a double number 21 on us. Of course they do, right?
So McDevitt will take over at the 5 with 5 minutes left. Mount Lions last time lost the ball on downs. Their second drive was a quick interception. And their third drive, they went pretty much from the 17 all the way down to about the 15. And then on a trick play, a double reverse pass. And Parker White was there, but so was 2 McDevitt defenders.
They ran that play a couple weeks ago and scored a touchdown. Cody Chathams was the receiver. He threw a touchdown pass to Parker White on that one.
So just a handoff up the middle. And again, great legs on Jones Davis as he just keeps bowling and bowling. He was hit about 2 yards, and he ends up getting almost 10. I think they're going to give him 9.
Dr. Holger on the stop. Zero, Jones Davis on the carry. Gain of 9.
So McDevitt in a spread formation. Mount Lions a little bit of confusion, but it is given again to Jones Davis. And he's going to pick up 3 yards and a Crusaders first down.
Yep, that's enough. Jones Davis, you're out. LaRue's in now. So they very, very much mix their running backs up, rotate, keep everybody fresh.
There's a handoff again. Is that LaRue?
That's LaRue.
And Tyclear Davis went after him. He ducked underneath and sort of laid down. So it's going to be a gain of 5.
Chisholm finally got him 5 yards down the field.
Yeah, 5.
So it's 2nd and 5 at the 22. Clock is under 4 minutes here in the second quarter. Again, 14-0 McDevitt. Twins right, Holton to the left. Williams waiting for the snap. It is a pass. He's looking for the flat. He hits his man in between. That's quick again. And he breaks the first tackle, and he's starting to go down the sideline. And I don't know if any of the Mountain Lions are going to catch him at that point, as he's got a wall of blockers unless somebody was an illegal hit.
78-yard touchdown.
78-yard pass.
Quick.
Jonte Quick. He made a move there. Number one, that was an unbelievable throw. That's like a freaking Drew Aller throw right there. That was a deep out across the field. That was an unbelievable throw. Then Quick did all the rest, made a move, got tiptoed down the sideline. It looked like he was going to be out of bounds over there.
And it's actually the same play they ran twice before, and Quick had got knocked out of bounds. That one he was able to hold up and not step out, and then just took a couple other Crusaders with him right down the sideline. Ruth on the kick again. It's up and through. And that one goes off the track and back. And it is good. So 21-0.
Grella is a pretty impressive kicker. That's for sure. So they have some impressive players. That happens, when it is what it is. You could talk about the public and private school debate all you want. McDevitt's loaded, that's for sure. They have a lot of good players.
So the Mountain Lions will come back out. They have 3:25 left on the clock. They're down 21-0 at this point. So they're set to return the kick. McDevitt is still talking over on the sideline with the kick team.
Mountain Lions, there's 3:25 left. They do have 0 timeouts because they used them all in the last drive. So maybe salvage something out of this last 3 minutes, get a touchdown. McDevitt will get the ball back to start the second half. So you definitely don't want to give it back to him here. Get a drive going.
McDevitt currently has 2 timeouts as they used one of the first ones in the first quarter. And that is a shorter kick. It's going to bounce. Geishauser picks it up at the 5, gets through the first man, and then is hit at the 17.
Yeah, a little miscommunication there. Good thing the ball bounced high in the air and was easy to field.
On the stop of Luke Geishauser's return.
So the Mountain Lions will come out for their 4th possession.
Coach Benser over there handles the special teams. Probably going to have a little talking to those guys. That ball should have been caught on the fly, right? That's a free ball for anybody to recover. If that takes a goofy bounce like backwards, I mean, who knows what could have happened. But Hazelwood back in the game here. We haven't seen him too much recently.
Hazelwood up the middle, he's going to get 2. As Mountain Lions don't get much of a push against the line there.
Yeah, 2. And the notes on the stop.
So the Mountain Lions do have 50 yards rushing, but there really is not much room there. The first big gain was by Chatham's on the reverse, and then White himself picked up a 10-yard gain when he scrambled. Once again, it's just a quick handoff up the middle to Hazelwood, and he is met.
Do we have a penalty flag over there?
Okay, definitely on the stop.
Yeah, just a timeout.
So gain of 3. So McDevitt is slowing down the clock because they want another possession before half.
So McDevitt will have 1 timeout left.
Timeout, Bishop McDevitt. That's your second timeout of the first half. Game clock operator, please set the game clock to 2:32.
We've got the winning number for the 50-50. It's up on the big board. Worth $697.
So they add 3 seconds back on the clock.
433. That's
Hopefully those 3 seconds won't hurt the Mountain Lions.
Report to the flagpole. 359-433. $697.
Mountain Lions moved the ball on 2 of their 3 possessions.
We've got the winning number. Once again, it's up on the big board.
They need to come up with something here. If they don't get the first down and it's a run, McDevitt will call a timeout to stop the clock again. If it's an incomplete pass, McDevitt can save their timeout for when they're on offense. But it could be all academic if the Mountain Lions can come up with 5 yards here. Motion man coming across. There's the snap. They're looking for a quick pass to the outside, and it is caught but hit immediately. And McDevitt is going to use their 3rd timeout. And Chatham's made the catch, but was
just hit immediately.
Hit as soon as he got it.
Lost a couple
Timeout, Bishop
yards.
McDevitt.
They're actually giving him back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, that's pretty generous, I think. So everybody's out of timeouts. No more timeouts here this half. McDevitt will get the ball back with just over 2 minutes with no timeouts, which is plenty of time for Sebastian Williams and company to move the ball down the field.
And Williams currently, he's 6 for 6, 164 yards and 2 touchdowns. On the ground, McDevitt only has 48 yards, and they have that on that 11 carries. So the Mountain Lions are holding them in check on the ground, but they haven't stopped Williams yet on the pass. And you know in a 2-minute drill, Williams is going to do a lot of passing.
And they come in fairly balanced, but this game is leaning towards the passing game for them so far.
So Parker White is the kicker. He is set at about the 8-yard line to get the snap. McDevitt doesn't really rush. They just watch and make sure he kicks it.
Good
It
kick.
is caught and actually dropped back to the 31. The question is, did he out-kick his coverage? Well, there's quite a few Mountain Lions over there, and a great play.
Great tackle.
Was that Brandon Pike?
It was Braden Pike. Yeah.
Brandon Pike came up and hit him, spun him around, actually put him 2 yards backwards, and then some of the other Mountain Lions helped out.
That was Ish Palmer on the return, number 8.
So 1st and 10 at the Crusader 37, 2:08 to go in the half. Mountain Lions are on the losing side right now, 21.
That was a great
to
punt.
nothing.
Good coverage by the Mountain Lions. That really flipped the field a little bit. I mean, they could have easily in that situation got the ball in Mountain Lion territory to take over here. So the Mountain Lions have to get some pressure on Williams. Empty backfield, so.
They have everybody to the right. They got 5 guys to the right.
No
There's
pressure
a
at
pass caught, and he's going to get tackled at about the 42, so it's going to be a gain of 5.
They're going to mark him all the way up at the 45 or 6, 45, I think.
But he kept containing himself and kept moving forward. So instead of a 3rd and 5,
And they
or
stopped.
2nd and 5, it's going to be 2nd and 2.
They stopped the clock for some reason.
And 2nd and 2.
Same formation the other side.
The receiver on this side was way offside. He got back.
But he was still moving. He wasn't set.
He was either still moving or didn't get back far enough. It doesn't really matter.
So
it's
the
5
clock
yards.
should run once it's set.
Correct.
Prior to the snap, false start, number 0.
So he's still moving, right? That's what they call it.
That'll be a 5-yard penalty. Remains second down.
Clock should start on the whistle.
And they haven't set it yet.
It's been set. I don't know what he's doing.
Now it's
Now
set.
he finally got it.
So 132, 2nd and 7. And the quarterback now runs off late. That's not. They had 12 guys, broke the huddle.
I don't
to 12.
understand. Why is that allowed? I don't understand
Here
how
comes
that
a
works.
rocket screen, and it is going to be blown up and pushed backwards. And
Geishauser was in there. Good read by Geishauser.
Howard Holton Jr. Stop by with right now.
That was Holton, number 2, on the reception. But he's going to lose 3 yards. Clock continues to run. They're just like, let's just hand it off.
So 3rd and 10.
They're back with their fullback and running back in there.
And they are going to just hand it off. And tackled immediately. They do not have to run a 4th down play, so I think McDevitt's going to be content to go to half.
Back here, Davis. Stop. Isaiah Jones Davis.
And that's going to be
That's a loss of 1 there. So that's 2 consecutive tackles for loss for the Mountain Lions. That's actually a pretty big stop right there, considering they just gave up a long play. And there's a good chance they get down 4 touchdowns with McDevitt getting the ball to start the half. So that's a nice little stop. Maybe give the Mountain Lions a little momentum to get into the second half.
So Bishop McDevitt comes out and they score on their first 3 drives to take a 21-0 lead. They were stopped that last drive by the clock before half. The Mountain Lions turned it over on downs and then had 2 interceptions and then finally punted there at the end. But the score at half right now is the Crusaders 21, Mountain Lions nothing. Coming up here, we're going to leave the camera on for the Altoona Mountain Lion and the junior high. Mountain Lion Band and the junior high band are going to perform together, and we will be back after half. Again, McDevitt out in front, 21-0.
But it's been to the echo of the whistle several times. You don't need to drive a guy back 8-10 yards. They're good.
Ladies and gentlemen, we proudly present the Altoona High School marching band under the direction of drum major Graceland Baldas. The majorettes are led by Captain Riley Bush. The filks are led by Captain Isabella Abbott. The future majorette is Lily Stallman. This year's marching band theme is sketches of red, white, and blue. We open tonight's show with We're an American Band and Grand Funk Railroad. Please welcome to the field the Altoona Area Junior High School Marching Band. Our selection is the top hit from the 2010. The song peaked at number 4 on the Billboard Hot 100, making it 10th at the disco's highest charting song. We showcase the talents of our majorette and silkworm, along with feature majorette Jody Drum on High Hopes, and this arrangement is by Doug Adams. The high school band returns to the field to join the junior high band to perform the closer for the halftime show this evening. The band closed tonight's halftime with Bruce Springsteen's Born in the USA. Major Ed Advisors, Billy Delano and Michaela Edwards. Coach Advisors, Abby Auerbach and Miranda Wirtz. Band Assistant, Brad Sheridan. Percussion Instructor, Jason Burkle. Junior High Band Director, Ian Brannon. And High School Band Director, Brandon Kundler.
We're just good at hitting Lincoln back.
Where it began, I can't begin to know, but then I know it's growing strong. Wasn't the spring, and spring became the summer. Who'd have believed you'd come along? Touching hands, reaching out, touching me, touching you. Sweet Caroline, good times never seem so good. I've been inclined to believe there never was. Now love is all night, fill it up with all
Welcome back to Mansion Park. Game 5 of the 2025 football season. Currently, we are at halftime. The Bishop McDevitt Crusaders 21, Mountain Lions 0. Altoona will be kicking off to Bishop McDevitt to start the second half. Mountain Lions have not been involved in a mercy rule this year. They've been in some games. They ended up losing to State College and Central Dauphin by close to 30 points, but they never hit the 35-point mark. As we said, McDevitt the last 3 weeks has put up 35 before half and had a running clock coming out of the second half kickoff. So it'll be interesting to see what the Mountain Lions can do here. They've been able to move the ball, but with that, they have not been able to punch it in, as they had 2 drives inside Bishop McDevitt 30, but turned it over on downs and then threw an interception at the 5 as they were trying a trick play, a double reverse pass. So, Chris, what do the Mountain Lions need to do coming out of half here?
Well, not turn the ball over, number one. That's very detrimental to your team. You know, they're fighting, they're playing hard. Like that stop right there at the end of the half was big. When they just gave up a long pass play. They have to keep fighting. They have to keep fighting the good fight on defense, and you know, they're trying to make some plays on offense, and that's partly why you turn the ball over. You're trying to make some plays. You know, if they could just hand it off and run the ball for 7 yards at a clip, they would do that, right? You can't do that against this team. So you got to try to make some things happen. When you make some things happen, sometimes you turn the ball over. So hopefully they kind of try to make some things happen, make some plays, get Parker White's legs involved a little bit, get him to scramble, either with his arm or with his scramble. You get some first downs, put them together, and then execute down when they get down deep in territory and try to punch that thing in. That's the only way they can get back in this. They, without question, need a stop here on this first possession of the second.
So the Mountain Lion defensive run game, they have done very well. In 12 carries, Bishop McDevitt only has 45 yards rushing. It's about 3.8 per carry. Their average is almost 7. So the Mountain Lions are playing well against the run. The problem is Williams is killing them through the air. He's hitting open receivers, whether it's on a post or, as we saw, the big touchdown play was an incredible throw from Williams, as he was able to throw that out pattern across the field, hit Quick, and then Quick was able to cut it up for a 78-yard touchdown. They're throwing the ball incredibly. The Mountain Lions made a tackle for a 3-yard loss on the last play on a pass. But other than that, Williams is 8 for 8, 169 yards and 2 touchdowns. So the Mountain Lion pass defense has to come up big here in the second half.
Yeah, that's impressive. That really is. I mean, that's on pace for big-time stats.
And he only averages like 108, 110 yards a game.
Yeah.
Because McDevitt's been able to run over people quick and then get into that running clock and extra people in there. We said they have 3 guys that all rush the ball about the same. LaRue, Jones, Davis has got most of the carries tonight, but then you also got Smith, and they just haven't been able to pick anything up in big chunks tonight against the Mountain Lions, other than the second touchdown, or the first touchdown was a 13-yard run by Jones Davis that he made a nice cut and just broke right through the defense. That was the biggest gain for them for the night. So before we kick off, we have an update from State College. They have scored 3 straight touchdowns and now lead Central Dauphin 21-7 just before half. So the Mountain Lions pooch it short. It is picked up at the 22. And Mountain Lions swarm around, get to him about the 28, but he's still fighting and pushing. They're saying that Mountain Lions have the ball.
Yeah.
And they came out with a fumble.
Somehow they fumbled.
So where we thought McDevitt was going to take this first drive and look to add more points, the Mountain Lions get the ball on a fumble recovery and start at McDevitt's 34-yard line.
I didn't see who had it over there. The up man, Chatham's kind of pooched that kick a little bit. The up man caught it on a bounce and tried, when he probably fighting for extra yards there in the melee, the ball was stripped out. Mountain Lions get it in great field position here to start this second half.
So White's waiting for the snap. He gets it, a quick pass out to Hazelwood. He makes one cut and is dragged down. Great defensive play, that one-on-one. If he does not make that play out there, that's going to go for 10, 12 yards. Instead, it's going to be a gain of maybe 1.
It's number 31, R.J. Duffy out there. Great one-on-one tackle.
So the Mountain Lions will line up 2nd and 9.
And that's just a good way to get Hazelwood out in space. It just didn't really pan out on that play.
So Hazelwood tries to get the ball off tackle, and it is blown up as one of the McDevitt players got into the backfield, and he's going to lose a yard, and it's going to go back to the original line of
How
scrimmage.
in the world is the McDevitt player in the Mountain Lion huddle, number 73?
And there's another one still there.
Yeah,
and he won't back up.
I don't understand how this is happening. That's actually a huge no-no. Like, you cannot do that. And that's the guy who blew the play up, big number 73. We've mentioned him a couple times now. Jakai Logan, 6'3", 290-pound senior. He's been a force in the middle there for McDevitt in that Mountain Lion running game.
Well, no running backs. White drops back and dumps it off that tight end screen again. They're going to get about 3 up to the 26.
And there's Logan coming back, hitting Vukovic. Definitely 4-down territory for the Mountain Lions.
So it is 4th and 7 now on this opening drive. 10:33 left in the half as McDevitt got the ball on the kickoff, but fumbled. So the Mountain Lions trying to make something out of that fumble recovery. Parker White drops back again. He steps up, he lets it go. He throws it in the end zone, and he overthrows Chisholm.
That was a tough throw, but he kind of had him there in the seam, and he had some time when he stepped up. He also could have ran for the first down, that he didn't actually see that.
So they'll turn it over on downs again at the 31, so McDevitt will take over there. White doesn't have a lot of yardage, but that was his first incomplete pass since the opening pass of the game. Well, he had the interception also on that first drive. So he is 7 for 10 for 53 yards at this point. So McDevitt's meeting over with their coach. Referee sets the ball. They come up right to the line of scrimmage. And they're still a little unsure. They've got Twins going to the right. This can't be a pass. The receivers are lined up.
LaRue
gets a swing pass coming around behind, and he's going to get 8.
They faked Jones Davis there and brought LaRue around from the other side in motion.
Pulled down by Logan Vukovic.
So the reasons I said they really couldn't pass was both receivers were set up right next to each other and not in the backfield.
At the 39.
I thought Vukovic was down for a minute. That would be devastating. He just lost a shoe. Had to put a shoe on.
So that was LaRue's first catch of the night. The Twins now to the left. They're going to hand the ball off again to Jones Davis.
Jones Davis and Geishauser was in the backfield again. but Jones Davis drug him for a few yards there and still picked up the first down.
So he gets 4 and a first down.
And a first down.
Clock keeps moving. 9 minutes to go, third quarter. Mountain Lions have had some chances. They were inside the 30-yard line of McDevitt 3 times tonight. First and 10. Looks like a fake handoff, throw a pass over the middle, and he's a little bit behind the receiver.
He's human. First incompletion of the night for Williams.
And that was Ruth was the intended receiver.
Yeah, a little bit behind him. Could have been caught. Would have been a nice catch. A little bit high, a little bit behind him.
Mountain Lions seem to be playing more of a zone, so these receivers are getting in between the cornerback and the safety and hitting that post area. And again, fake handoff, throws out the flat.
There's nobody really out there.
Be a first down for Quick, and he's going to go all the way to the 40. They'll give him the 39.
Somehow the Mountain Lions had one defender out there, and McDevitt had 2. One caught the ball, the other one blocked the one defender, and there's nobody else out there. He's actually did a pretty good job of only limiting that to about 10.
That's the 4th catch by Quick, and he has 195 yards. Or excuse me, not 195. He's got 135, my fault. But he had that one big 78-yard touchdown. So we've got an end-over position here on the left. They are going to run it. This time it is number 7. That is a different running back.
That's Barnes.
That is Barnes. That's his first carry of the night.
We haven't seen him. He's another one. I mean, he came in with 35 carries and 226 yards. We just haven't really seen him. Barnes is a 6'2", 215-pound senior.
So you have 3 receivers to the left. They're going to run to the right. This is LaRue. And he's going to get held to probably, what, 1 yard? 2 yards.
They're giving him the first down. He barely got it.
So he gets down to the 29. We'll give him 3.
Jerome LaRue, stopped by Logan Vukovic.
7:15. Clock is moving here in the third quarter. It's McDevitt's first drive after the fumble on the original kickoff.
It's become quite the game to figure out who's actually carrying the ball here for McDevitt. LaRue again.
And good play by the Mountain Lion defense as LaRue is in about the 34. They're going to mark it at the 32.
Geishauser and Vukovic back there.
So it's going to be a loss of 3.
Getting that good penetration.
And that was at the 32 was where he originally got hit by Geishauser, but he slipped free and went backwards and then got tackled closer to the 34.
Right.
But they gave him that progress to the 32.
Yeah, that initial progress, when a guy slips free, they usually don't give you that, but they did give him that. So
Williams drops back to pass. He's going to roll to the outside. He looks for his man in the flat, and he gets knocked out of bounds, and it is an incomplete pass.
Yeah, out of bounds.
And it would have been interesting to see if that would have been a catch, but the Mountain Lion defender out there, I think it was Geishauser, knocked him out of bounds.
Third down, 13.
So it's 3rd and 13. We're definitely within the kicker's range. He has not kicked any field goals yet this year. I don't know if he's attempted one, though, Chris.
I don't think so.
Trips to the left, receiver by himself to the right, and Williams is just going to take it and run up the middle, and he'll pick up
Not quite
10,
a first down. He's
11.
going to be short.
He's going to be 2 yards short.
So it's
going to be 4th and 2.
And they're going to try the field goal.
This could be the first attempt or the first field goal for their kicker here. again, he was crushing them in practice. He's been crushing the kickoffs.
Yeah, the distance is not a question here, just the accuracy. They're going to put it down about the 28, 38-yard attempt here for Grella.
So Grella is getting set. He gets the opportunity for a 38-yard field goal. It's up, and it would be good from probably 65. That ball was crushed.
Yep, that was crushed. That was a good kick. 34 to nothing McDevitt.
Carries their lead up a little bit more. 38-yard field goal by Grilla, but Mountain Lions did a decent job. They're sort of bending, not breaking, though that 11-yard run was not what you want to see there on a third and 13.
So holding to field goals is kind of a win for the defense if you can score on offense. The problem is the Mountain Lions cannot score right now, and so they got to find a way to score here.
And I will tell you personally, after seeing the State College game and the Cumberland Valley game, the Mountain Lions are playing better tonight than they played in those two games. It's just that their team they're playing is one of the top-ranked teams in the state, any class, and they're in the top 3 in 5A.
Yeah. Yes, that is correct, and they're not playing bad here. Like we have seen a lot of games here, and we have seen lots of not very good Mountain Lion efforts, and this is not a bad effort. Like, they're actually playing okay. They just need some things to fall their way to get some scoring going here. That's part of the deal for the Mountain Lions.
And on top of that, you know, you looked at the schedule at the beginning of the year. They have Harrisburg, one of the top 5 6A teams, who beat this team 29-21 second week of the season next week. So they saw the gauntlet that they had week 6 and 7 as soon as the schedules came out.
He kicks it exactly to the 1 again. You wonder if it's intentional.
Well, the 3 kickoffs that stayed in play, the Mountain Lions ran back to the 17 each time. So that was better than just booting it through the end zone, as long as you got guys to cover it. So the Mountain Lions will take over. 5 minutes, 12 seconds to go here in the third quarter.
So literally, like, I think, I mean, in my opinion, the mid-pen is Harrisburg State College and McDevitt. They're far and away above everybody else. And then that group in the middle, that's Cedar Cliff, Altoona, Central Dauphin, Cumberland Valley, they're all pretty equal, like, honestly. And the Mountain Lions have Cedar Cliff yet, beat Cumberland Valley, and didn't play bad against Central Dauphin, as we mentioned.
So White scrambles and is not able to find an open receiver.
Just got rid of it. And then the bottom 3 would be CDs, Chambersburg, and Carlisle. I might even put Carlisle in their own category because they've really, really struggled. But, you know, the Mountain Lions are in that middle of the pack in the mid-pen, and they need to find a way to beat some of those middle-of-the-pack teams. Because remember, they do not play in the same district as most of the mid-pen teams. They only have State College to deal with in their district for the playoffs.
Parker White fakes the handoff, tried to cut around the defense, was not able to go anywhere and lost 3 yards.
Parker White.
So it is now 3rd and 13.
4 yards on the stop.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. That was, I guess he read it, pulled it, and then there was just nowhere for him to go.
Update from the Hollidaysburg game, just before half, 17-14 Fort Hill. So a nice competitive game there for the Tigers.
They're undefeated, Hollidaysburg. Somehow they had a forfeit against Fort Hill.
Yeah, they lost to them, and then it was considered a forfeit because of an illegal play.
Illegal player, yeah.
So there is a penalty. And again,
False start.
McDevitt is in the Mountain Lion huddle.
Yeah.
And the officials are not saying a word.
Remains third down.
Yeah, that was Zach Brown, number 4, who's over there.
They're standing in the middle of their huddle and not moving. And the officials have not said one word to them yet. So the clock is moving at 4:14. Mountain Lions have 3rd and 20-ish, 19. Parker White gets a snap. He looks to run up the middle, and he lets it go, and he's got a man, and he just overthrows Mikey Chisholm. And look at McDevitt.
Yeah,
Look.
they're just pushing. Like, there's nothing going on here. I don't know what's going on.
So after the play, 3 McDevitt guys came and surrounded Chisholm, and it's still not over as they're still jawing back and forth as they come back to the sideline. Chisholm's stopping. Coaches are yelling at him to get off the field, and he finally does. McDevitt is bringing the house, it looks like. They've got 8 guys up on the line of scrimmage. Now let's make that 7. They only have 1 man deep. And
they set up a return. It was kind of a bluff. Parker White gets a really good bounce there.
Get a great bounce. It's going to bounce about 25 yards down to the 33. So that's going to go for a 55-yard kick.
He punted from the 8. So, 66 minus 8.
56.
58-yard punt. That's another, I mean, he had a really, really good punt earlier, too. Now, that one was a little bit fortunate because of the Mountain Lion defender was kind of in the way. So the return guy's like, I'll just let it bounce. And then it just took off for him. So, but that first punt, Parker White did a great job. He even got it to turn over up in the air. So 3:44 left. Mountain Lions looking to get a stop here on defense against this red-hot McDevitt team.
So McDevitt comes out. They're looking to hand off the ball. He does run up the middle, gets through the first man, and that's going to be a nice 10-yard gain, pretty much straight up the middle. And again, that is Jones Davis.
Oh, they marked him all the way to the 45. They gave him 11. That's nice of them.
11-yard gain and a first down.
So Williams is set for the snap. We're going to hand it off again. And this time he gets hit behind the line of scrimmage, but then keeps going. He gets pushed out of bounds by Chatham's after about, what are we going to give him, an 8-yard gain?
Jones Davis.
Yep.
Pushed out of bounds by Cody Chatham.
Vukovic was right back in there and just couldn't get him down. He had that initial contact in the backfield. Good chance at a tackle for loss. Just couldn't quite get a hold of him.
So 2nd and 2. Same formation. This time it's LaRue getting the ball, and he waits for a crack. He goes downfield, and he's going to get all the way down to the 38, 39. Now the guy over here is marking it at 39, and they set it at 38, so it's a gain of 9 by LaRue.
LaRue's not very big, but he is very, very quick. 5'8", 165, sophomore. We'll see him again, right?
Yep, he'll be because most of the other running backs are seniors.
There is a lot of seniors. As I look at this, there's a heck of a lot of seniors on this McDevitt team.
So now they open it up a little bit. They have that fullback in, twins to the right, and they're going to fake the handoff, and it actually, great defensive play on the end there.
Geishauser got up in the air.
Was coming in to make the hit and realized it was a screen to the outside, and he jumped and got in between Williams and his receiver quick, and it goes for no yards and 2nd and 10. Stops the clock with 2:24 to go here in the 3rd. So Quick and Ruth on the left, wide receiver on the right, and Williams drops back to pass. He's looking deep over the middle, has a man, and he makes the catch falling down.
There's a big hold in the offensive line. Davis got held so bad. He got through the line, and his arms trailing behind because he can't free his arm up.
35.
Somebody had a hold of his jersey, and Williams stepped up, and Davis was kind of in the way and interfered with it. That's why it was underthrown, but he was so open down there that it didn't matter.
And that was Holton on the backside. That's his third catch. And that's just run right up the middle, and did he get in?
Oh, he ran to the end line and tossed the ball to the official. It's number 7, Barnes.
So that is 30 points, and they're going for 31 here. Still 138 to go here.
Kick is good by Grella. 31-0 Crusaders.
So again, after the play, there was a lot of discussion between the McDevitt players.
And finally, Coach Niedermeyer is letting the referees have it because it's enough. Enough's enough.
So there's still discussions with the referee. It's not going to do anything at this point. It's whether or not it does anything moving forward. To let them know that we're watching and you're not calling it. But McDevitt is a good team, but they're,
getting a little chippy.
Yeah.
It happens in football. That's what happens sometimes. You just want it called. That's all. Has nothing to do with the score. McDevitt is dominating this game in every facet. This time we have Geishauser and Hazelwood again, so they'll be back there. See what Grella decides to do. You would really think he could have a touchback anytime he wants, it seems like, but boy, he's putting it right at the 1, amazingly enough.
Well, he's learned what he needs to do for the NFL, I guess.
Yeah.
That is a crazy rule, though. But it also makes less full-speed contact hits. They're trying to look at player safety. There's Grilla's kick. Again, it's going to be about the 2. No, right at the 1.
Right at the 1.
And this time Hazelwood gets tackled at the 10 or 11. And they're going to give him his progress up to the 13.
Yes. Number 1 rule of kick returning, punt returning, kick returning, never hesitate. Right? He hesitates, and you're not going to break it, but you can certainly get it out to almost to the 20. You hesitate, you let everybody catch up to you. They're starting at the 13-yard line here. So Mountain Lions get a drive for a little bit of confidence here. It'd be nice to get a little drive going, move the ball a little bit.
So McDevitt has been playing man all night long. And they have 2 defenders out on the receivers and everybody else stacked in the box. And there's movement.
Offside on the defense. Somebody lined up offside.
Encroachment. Defense, number 73. That'll be a 5-yard penalty.
The big fella.
Remains first
So it
down.
brings it out to the 18. 1st and 5. And Hazelwood broke free. He was stopped up, and then he broke free and came out to. They're going to give him the 11 or 12. Wow. Where they marked it. Would that have been a first down? Yeah.
Yeah, it's first down.
Yeah, so it's a 10-yard gain. McDevitt's D-line was in the backfield before the handoff. And White's looking to pass. He's got guys chasing him. He drops it off to Chathams, who tries to get back, and he's not getting back. And there's a penalty on the Mountain Lions.
Yeah, this is exactly why you need to clean it up. This is the referee's fault. They needed to clean it up, and this is what we got going on now. And
So,
Coach Niedermeyer is yelling at the referee about it right now because this is exactly the problem. They were literally in the Mountain Lions huddle several times, which is a big no-no in football. You cannot do that.
on that
And
play,
it results in this.
number 4, after the play, pushed one of the Mountain Lions in the back, and then the Mountain Lion turned and picked him up and threw him. That was the first penalty. Then a McDevitt guy on the other side, our near sideline, again, way after the play, knocked another Mountain Lion down, and it should be offsetting. Are they going to do any suspension, or are they going to throw anybody out of the game is my question. The officials are in the middle of the field talking about it. The McDevitt coach is sort of just standing there, and the Altoona coaches are up yelling at the officials about what's going on. So that pass to Chathams, the secondary, was that actually a 2-yard loss? And then all this other stuff was downfield?
Yeah, they don't have the ball marked anywhere. The ball is literally laying at the 31, which is not where the play ended up at the
24 is
24-yard line.
They moved the stick is sitting at the 24.
He did not get back to the line of scrimmage. We'll see what happens here.
There's several fouls on the play by each team. Unsportsmanlike conduct, Bishop McDevitt, number 73. His actions disqualified himself. Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 56 and number 15 on Altoona. That is their first unsportsmanlike conduct of the game.
So the McDevitt player was thrown out.
Right.
The Altoona guys both got their first penalties.
And it's 2 penalties on Altoona, which means Altoona loses 15 yards on that somehow. But McDevitt got a guy thrown out. So they're all mad because they got a guy ejected. Altoona got nobody ejected. But
So
we literally have seen number 73 in the Altoona huddles more than once.
And the officials don't know where the ball is supposed to be after that tackle.
Right.
So they don't know what's really going on. There's 38 seconds to go here in the third quarter. The officials are talking about it. You have 2 officials talking to the McDevitt coaches, and the other 2 officials just came over from talking to the Altoona guys.
And they're standing up for their guys. That's what you got to do, right? You get a guy ejected. The same thing happened earlier in the year. Altoona played Hollidaysburg. Altoona got 2 unsportsmanlikes. Hollidaysburg got 1 and ended up losing 15 yards on the play. Usually with those melees, it's a wash, typically, right? But occasionally they come out with more than 1, and that's what happened there. Now the Mountain Lions should be penalized 15 yards here, but for some reason they have the ball randomly at the 31-yard line right now, which makes no sense. So apparently they're not. And the ball is literally spotted there, so it's not like just laying there. And that is nowhere near correct for anything. So it's interesting here. So I don't know what the discussion is. You tell the coach what happened and we move on. There's no pleading your case here. They make a decision and you move on.
And we're not moving on. I think their question again is, our guys got removed from the game. See, I saw the penalty on Altoona on.
And you never know what was said down there or any other little things.
Well, they said 56 was that Storm Savory and Savoy, Storm Savoy, and he retaliated and he got caught. So number 4 didn't get a penalty, but whatever else happened on this side, that was the 2 against each other.
Well, the funny thing is, I think 4 started the whole thing with the push in the back. He got no penalty at all. His buddy took the brunt of it, big number 73. He got ejected.
They're going to go 2nd down from the 31. Well, the Mountain Lions made some yardage there.
I mean, that makes no sense.
They're confused. They don't know where the
They
ball
have no
actually
idea.
was. So the Mountain Lions have 2 receivers out to the left. They're lined up ready to go, but now the officials are discussing it.
They're just leaving it at the 31.
31.
So
it
it's
is
second
a
and 5 at the 31 somehow. I don't know how that happened, but okay.
Hazelwood slips out and is now a receiver out on the left side. Big blitz. And Parker White gets around, and he starts to get pushed, and he gets all the way up to about the 41, I believe.
Parker White.
They're going to mark him at the 39, but it's still a first down and a
Now
gain
for
of
a
8.
first down, yep. That's going to end, well, no, he's out of bounds, so yeah. They'll at least get another play here. 24 seconds left in the quarter. Well, the Mountain Lions might be able to run the ball a little bit. That big number 73 was blocking a lot of stuff up in the middle. Ja'Kai Logan, 6'3", 290 pounds, senior, has been ejected, and the Mountain Lions are down 31-0.
White looks to pass again, slips the first
Running for
tackle,
his life.
running, and he throws it towards Hazelwood. It lands at his feet. So it will be an incomplete pass. So 2nd and 10 at the 49, or 39.
Parker's running for his life.
Maurice Barnes and David Tesinic with the pressure on Parker White. 2nd and 10.
So 2nd and 10, 17 seconds here in the 3rd.
And the blue pass brings up 2nd and 10.
Hazelwood's going to get tackled about the 35. So it's going to be 3rd and 14, and that's where we'll end the 3rd quarter.
End the quarter that way.
And we finished
As
3 into the 4th quarter.
McDevitt's defensive front, even without 73, they are in the backfield on every play before the handoff.
They are.
They are coming through that Mountain Lion defense or offensive line and just wrecking havoc. So again, our next broadcast will be on October 10th, 2 weeks from tonight. It's homecoming. We will start at 6:40. The game will be brought to you on YouTube. Come out and support all 29 candidates for homecoming. Also, check out the new sports talk show, The Lion's Den. It premiered today. You had Coach Niedermeyer on. There were a few football players on, Parker White, and there were Travis Young and a couple of the soccer players were also on. They're going to be on every Friday at noon. They're going to talk to either Mountain Lion players and coaches or Lady Lion players and coaches. This will be going from now until the sports season ends in May. So please check out the Lion's Den and like and subscribe so that you don't miss an episode. 4th quarter is ready to start. 31-0. Mountain Lions have a 3rd and 14. And
They're just bringing everybody.
they have a big blitz, and they look for the screen. There's nobody out there. Hazelwood was behind the line of scrimmage to the left, and there was no receiver out there, so it'll fall incomplete.
I don't know. I'm not sure what happened. Hazelwood got caught up in a wash or something. There was really there's nobody to throw it to. They're just bringing everybody now. They're like, the Mountain Lions cannot block it up at all.
it took a bounce and got him an extra 25 yards. So McDevitt holds guys up. They don't really rush. It's a low and a bounce. And again, he gets a nice roll down inside the 30 to about the 24-yard line is where McDevitt will take over. So at this point, if McDevitt scores a touchdown, it'll break that 35-point threshold, and we will go into a running clock for the remainder of the game, which would be about 7-8 minutes. The clock will stop on change of possession, timeouts, and after scores. But the Mountain Lions want to try to pick up the defense here, keep them from moving the ball, and try to get it back. So
Williams is in there, and Jones Davis is in the backfield.
Jones Davis gets it. He breaks through the first guy. He straight arms Jackson. Jackson stays with him and drives him out of bounds. And he's either going to get no yards or a loss of 1. We're going to see where they mark it. And they're actually going to give him a yard up to the 25. Williams waiting for the snap, gets it, hands it off to Williams.
Big hole up the middle.
Yeah, and there's a penalty,
Davis.
and it's going to be on number 66, I believe, for probably holding or a personal foul, as he knocked over the Mountain Lion defender and then laid on top of him. So that will nullify the run by Jones Davis. They're bringing the ball back to the spot of the foul, which is the 30, and they're walking it off. If they stop at the 20, it was a holding.
During the play, holding.
McDevitt's not letting the official walk the ball back.
It was a takedown. That's a 10-yard spot foul.
It was a takedown.
Remains second down.
The officials told us it was a takedown.
So McDevitt, who's got a very good wrestling team, and unfortunately takedowns don't count in football, at least not positively. So 2nd and 14, right through the middle again, runs by the defenders and finally is tackled around the 45.
That was LaRue.
And that's going to be a 31-yard gain, 30-yard gain. Yep, 25.
25-yard gain.
That's a 25-yard gain.
So it does keep the clock running. Hand off to LaRue again, and he is tackled by Geishauser right
Geishauser's
away.
been all over the field tonight. He really has. He's played a tremendous game on defense.
Geishauser with the stop of Jerome LaRue. And 1.
So it's going to be 2nd and 9 here.
Bring fullback Dawson in and Barnes, number 7, in the backfield now.
Barnes had their last touchdown. And they fake it, throw it to the outside, and it was deflected. And
that was Wyatt Moyer, number 11, got his hand up there.
So 3rd and 9 at the 46-yard line.
Boy, if they don't get the first down here, they might actually have to punt.
They have not lined up to punt yet today. So 3rd and 9, Williams waiting for the snap. And no, they hand it off.
Gives to Barnes.
And Barnes gets run down by behind and tackled at the 50. Again by Geishauser, coming all the way around. And it is going to be 4th and 5, and it looks like they are going to go for their first kick tonight. And who is their punter?
Of course, Grella.
And full, 4th down.
So Grilla is set up to punt at his 36. Line of scrimmage is at the 50. Jackson is back to receive the punt. A little bit high on the snap, but Grilla just takes one step and kicks it. And if he gets a bounce and gets it inside the 10 to about the 8. So the Mountain Lions will take over there. 1st and 10, 8:49 to go in the game.
42-yard kick, no return.
So, different week for the Mountain Lions. Playing on Saturday afternoon changes your practice schedule up a bit. Your walkthrough will be Friday instead of Thursday.
So there is a high school game scheduled here tomorrow night at the same time as the Oregon-Penn State game. Tomorrow is Bishop Guilfoyle, and John Franco and Tyrone will be coming to Mansion Park for that game. So White's under center, and he just quick dive to, is that Clemens?
Looks, yeah.
Clemens, and he gets it out to the 15, so that's a gain of 7. That's a big run by him, and it's 2nd and 3. So this lineup change, taking the ball from under center, slows down their rush, because your point of attack is immediately, you don't have to wait for the ball to get 5 yards back and then hand it off. So they look over at the coach. 13 seconds on the play clock. White's yelling out signals. Again, it looks like did Clemens get the ball, but he had got back to the line of scrimmage, but that's all, as he got driven backwards. So no gain on that play.
Isaac Clemens, stopped by a plethora of Crusaders.
So the last report we had from Hollidaysburg is that it's still 17-14 at the half. Actually, it just got updated, 24-21. Fort Hill is still in the lead. And White tries to throw the ball. It is complete. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, and maybe 1 to 2 more. They're going to give him 1. Who was the receiver on that, Chris?
That was Chatham's. That kind of blew up. I don't know if it was supposed to be a pitch play. It was kind of weird. Looked like Parker just improvised and threw it overhand to Chatham's, which is all behind the line of scrimmage, so it doesn't matter if there's guys downfield or anything. So
the Mountain Lions will kick once again.
That was actually a pass, I guess. Credit them a pass, but yeah.
We have some other updates. Cumberland Valley is beating CD East 14-0 in the second quarter, and Cedar Cliff is beating Chambersburg 35-7. This time the receiver came up, caught the ball, and is heading down the sideline, and he's going to go the distance. And there's some activity on the backside. Again, number 4 knocked Parker White down, and Parker White's walking right over to him. And
50 yards, that was number 8.
Parker White's hot because he was away from the play, and number 4 came up and nailed him from behind.
Yeah, now the Altoona bench is getting a flag for them not seeing that.
So once we go back to play with 6:30, it is 37-0, possibly 38. They might go for 239.
That was Ish Palmer on the return, 50-yard return for a touchdown.
And again, the officials are having a big powwow at the 15. We're going to see what happened. There is the flag there at the 13 or 14. If they call the penalty, it would take the points off the board and move the ball back to the 28. Yeah, they're picking up the flag, and they're coming over to talk to the Mountain Lion coaches. that Coach Niedermeyer.
Oh, yeah. He's not happy.
And he's going to get warned or get penalized himself. Yeah, they picked up the penalty. But what are they doing? It should be an extra point, correct?
After the play, unnecessary.
They're calling it.
UNS on number 7 on the defense. That penalty will be assessed on the kickoff. Also, we have a sideline warning on Altoona.
It looks like they're going to go for 2. Nope. Hey, let's have 12 men in the huddle. Are we going to call it? No. That kick is up and good to make it 38-0.
Good by Aiden Grell.
38-0. Running clock now. That's the only.
So, question is, you're going to now kick from the 45 of Altoona because of that penalty called on, again, the retaliation. Moore has been in the middle of it all night, does something and then plays innocent and backs off, and so far he's picked up a couple penalties on the mountain. As a coach with the score 38-0, do you kick deep? Do you try an onside kick from the 45? Try to get the ball back?
I mean, at this point, I think everybody wants to get out of here. With all the hot-headedness and the extracurricular stuff. It's 38-0. We'll see if McDevitt takes their starters out.
So, still discussions going on. I don't know about what. Okay, he's now walking the ball off. And it's going to go up to the 45. Taking bets on if this ball's going through the end zone or through the goalposts.
Yeah, it might. That is not worth 3 points, by the way.
Gorilla drives it. Yes, indeed, it goes through.
Yeah.
So that would be 55 if it was an actual field goal.
And that was well
by 10 to 15.
Well past, yes.
So I know Pirate baseball is almost over, but they're beating the Braves tonight 4-1.
Wow. Mountain Lions will start out at the 20, I believe. Mackay, Jackson will be out there. Parker White's probably done for the night. He's frustrated. There's no sense in.
He's down here on the bench
Yeah.
with a majority of the starters. Clemens does go out. Defensively, McDevitt seems to be a different lineup also. Clemens gets the ball, gets pulled down at the 21, 22. Second and 8. So once again, this game is brought to you by the MLTV Student Club. They are classes and they work with Mr. Baker. Tonight's director is Jack Sipes. press cameras are Monte Andrews and Lucas Helsel. Sideline cameras, Trey Butlin, Claire Long, and Addie Mitchell. Thank you guys for bringing us this game. There's a pitch. Jackson throws it to the outside, and it is knocked out of bounds at about the 11. Let's see where they're going to mark it.
Number 36 for McDevitt there had a beat on that, and he just kind of flubbed it out of bounds. It would have been a good recovery because it was lateral, it was backwards.
Well, Jackson actually got over to it and hit it out as the McDevitt guy was getting on it. Sort of, what was the game last week? Was that Mahomes that ripped the ball out of the defense's hands after he did something like that? So it is now a 3rd and 18. That was a loss of 10. And Jackson will roll, look to pass, and he throws it and gets his man up at the 20-21. And then he's driven backwards. They're just going to get him to the 20.
Yeah, Wyatt Moyer, little pitch and catch there out to Moyer. Problem is it was 3rd and forever.
So 4th and 10. Are they going to – who's the kicker for JV? Looks like they're bringing in a kicker team.
It's number 53, Lucas Snyder. Lucas Snyder. Yeah, he's the backup punter, so.
Okay, they do have 11 guys out there on the offense. So Snyder gets the snap. He kicks it. It's going to take a bounce about the 41, and this one looks to go sideways and then go towards the Mountain Lions direction, and it'll end up at the 48. So officially that's a 35-yard kick, 36-yard kick. And the clock is stopped with 3:42 because of the possession change. There's 2 receivers for McDevitt out to this side. We got a timeout from the Mountain Lions because their defense did not know who was supposed to be in play. There was an extra lineman and the free safety was not there.
Number 19's in a quarterback for McDevitt. Kel Feit, F-E-I-D-T, Feit.
So the Mountain Lions have 2 number 11s on the field. Is that going to be an issue here?
Really?
Yeah. Wyatt Moyer and K.R. Hall are both on the field right now.
Oh, wow.
And they're taking Moyer out. So Moyer just came off. Hall is still on. A couple other names. Looks like Logan Coldwell, 32. Is out there. 24, I'm thinking that's Kai Palladini. 70, I think that's Noah Carney. And 79, we don't have a name.
That might be 70, might be Eli Cover.
Okay.
I think he's a junior.
There is a handoff getting to the outside. A stiff arm gets past the 1 man and then gets driven out of bounds about the 41.
35 is Sterling McFarland on that run.
And they're going to move it out to the 40. So it is a gain of 8 for McFarland.
Gain of 8 on the play.
So the scoreboard obviously is lopsided, 38-0. But the Mountain Lions played fairly well. They had a couple turnovers in the first half, but they also have to realize of the team and the caliber of the team they're playing. So you've got to pick the positives out of this and move forward. Again, they've got another tough week next week, and McFarland gets the ball again, sidesteps a couple guys, and he's going to get about 12 down to the 28. So another first down for McDevitt.
Yeah, 12.
So Mount Lions will drop to 2 and 4. When they come back in 2 weeks, they will be taking on Chambersburg. Then they go to Cedar Cliff, and then week 10, Carlisle here. Carlisle has not been really competitive in any of their games. And by week 10, it could be interesting to see what's going to happen.
McDevitt hosts Cumberland Valley next week. They have one big one left. State College at the end of the year. State College has to go down there.
David McFarland. Lucas Gordy. Gain 7.
And Harrisburg played State College and McDevitt back to back.
Weeks 2 and 3.
Yeah.
Week 2 and 3.
They didn't do them any favors. And guess what? Harrisburg, all they did was beat both of them. So.
Cedar Cliff has now opened up a 35-7 lead on Chambersburg. And McFarland is tackled for a loss at the 25. It is going to be, they're going to mark him at the
21. Hayes and Beagle on the play, and 32, Logan Caldwell.
So it is a 3rd and 9, 3rd and 10, 40 seconds to go. This could be the last snap of the game.
If they choose, this could be the last snap, yes.
Correct. Because right now it'll take it down to about 15 if they take that time off. But either way, there's now 25 seconds. They will not need to get another. And there's McFarland again. He breaks through and then eventually is tackled at the 15. But with 14 seconds left and a running clock, I believe you saw the last play of the game. And the Crusaders will come out with a 38-0 win over the Mountain Lions.
Ladies and gentlemen, this game is history. Final score.
Yeah, so the Mountain Lions will have to lick their wounds. Go to Harrisburg next week on a Saturday afternoon. Be another very, very tough one for the Mountain Lions before they're back home. 2 out of the last 3. So tough game for the Mountain Lions, no doubt. But there were some good signs, like you said earlier. There's some good signs. They played them tough for a little while. And defensively, they held a very, very, very good rushing team, kind of down to it. They definitely.
But passing, Williams picked it apart in the first half and early third quarter. Threw for 230 yards and 3 touchdowns. So McDevitt will move on again, as we said. They are one of the top 3 teams in 5A. Mountain Lions, they have a legitimate chance coming back here, finish their season with Chambersburg, Carlisle, and in between them, Cedar Cliff on the road to get 3 wins in a row and even out their season at 5-5. That would be what I would say is a very good, productive year if the Mountain Lions can pull that off, coming back out of the Holland or Harrisburg game next week. So once again, just a couple reminders. Our next broadcast is in 2 weeks on February 10th at 6:40. It's homecoming, and there'll be a coronation halftime, and we will start at 6:40. We have a new MLTV talk show, that the Lions Den, every Friday at noon on YouTube with players and coaches from all Mountain Lion and Lady Lion sports. You can get a playback at any time on each episode. So when you go in and watch, today it was Coach Niedermeyer and a few players, and Coach Young of the soccer team and a couple of his players. It is there for you. But like and subscribe when you're on the Mountain Lion channel. And finally, again, I can't say enough about the students here that help and run all the production, all the cameras, all the production, all the graphics that you see. The director tonight was Jack Sipes. The cameras in the press box, Monte Andrews and Lucas Helsa. Sideline cameras, Trey Butlin course, Mike Baker. Well, that's it from Mansion Park here tonight. I'm Jim Abbott along with Chris Strawmier. Final score, Bishop McDevitt 38, Altoona nothing. We'll see you in 2 weeks.